We're back here with some more TW Generation Wrestling, and I can't show you my broadcasting window just yet until after the show. But we have got a deal for our event, another deal for our event with FlowSlam. I'll show you all the different options that we have to potentially negotiate new options. But we've got to that level now where we can have more options. Whenever it comes to our broadcasting, and I have got a pay-per-view deal with FlowSlam, so I'm very excited about that, and I'll show you that after. And now we can start to do events probably on a monthly basis, or maybe 2 monthly basis on top of this here sort of TV deal. But I'm still not sure if we're going to continue on with the TV or not. We will see in 3 months time. We'll evaluate our options. Well, 2.5 months time, we'll evaluate our options, and then we will decide whether or not we want to go ahead with the TV deal even further. We'll probably only do it for 3 months extra and just keep on going like that, and if we feel that sometime we need to stop, then we have that flexibility to stop the TV deals. But we're going to be in British Columbia again. I'll think about maybe doing a show somewhere else. Maybe we should go into the northwest. We haven't done a show there yet. 237 fans will come out to that show hopefully. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a show there in a generic venue. Just, you know, change the scenery, stuff like that for the promotion. Only a few matches here. We're going to be kicking off the Tyson Dux Colin Delaney storyline here. We're also going to have the tag team match for the titles between TNT and Blackwell Slasher, and also the Generation Championship match between Nelson Creed and Jimmy Havoc. So we'll go ahead and run that show now. We start off the show with a 59 minute segment here in front of 269 people. We just see a video segment between Jimmy Havoc, Nelson Creed, just as a way to kind of what's the word? Show why this match is happening. You know, we show the pin for Nelson Creed gets in Jimmy Havoc. Then we show the promo where Jimmy Havoc, you know, allows Nelson Creed to potentially have a title match if he beats Steve Blackwell. But Steve Blackwell, we show that pinfall, and then we show the and then we yeah, well, that's pretty much it. You know, like, that's pretty much it. So that's going to be tonight. We'll go to our next segment here where Tyson Dux takes on Colin Delaney in a 33-minute segment. Not a bad match to start off the night with. It gets the crowd hotter. A 38-minute in-ring performance out for Tyson Dux and a 31 for Colin Delaney. But in about, I had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. We have Tyson Dux go over on Colin Delaney in 9 minutes and 2 seconds by pinfall, but it's a flash pinfall with a roll up. So yeah, 33-minute segment then, not bad at all to start off the show. I'm happy enough with that. But yeah, we'll just go on to the next segment here, where after the match, as Tyson Dux is on the turnbuckle, kind of celebrating to the fans, Colin Delaney grabs him down, sort of grabs onto his trunks, pulls him down, and starts to attack him and beat him down. So that storyline will continue forward. We'll do it for Generation Wrestling TV. We will do a rematch due to that attack. Tyson Dux and Colin Delaney can have a match there. So we save that and we can close that down, and then we go on to our next segment here with when TNT goes up against Blackwell Slasher in a 45-minute segment here. In a decent match, Blackwell Slasher defeats TNT in 12 minutes and 51 seconds when Dan Myers was counted out while fighting Steve Blackwell. So yeah, Blackwell Slasher make defense number 3 of the Generation Tag Team titles, but it's a tainted win. In terms of in-ring work, Steve Blackwell completely outdoes everyone with a 52 rated in-ring performance. So that's very, very good. I think that says 40 there for Fawn Slash, a 27 for Dan Myers, and a 25 for Pete Paz. So our workers really are doing very well, especially Blackwell Slasher, 45 rated segment there. Then we go into our next segment here, the main event, the final match. And about to had fantastic heat and good wrestling. We put Jimmy Havoc over here in his 4th successful title defense as Generation Champion, as he defeats Nelson Creed in 21 minutes and 22 seconds by pinfall. 44 rated in-ring performance there for Nelson Creed, and a 65 for Jimmy Havoc. 56 rated segment overall, so that's pretty good there. I'm happy with that. But then we end the show here with all 3 members of Havoc celebrating their win as they hold their titles up high above their heads. But then we end that show and we end up with a 52 rated event there. Very, very good indeed. I'm very, very happy about that. 38 regions we increase in pop, so that's good to see indeed. Now what we'll do is we'll go on to the next segment here. Sorry, past this loading screen, I'll show you the viewership numbers. I haven't checked the viewership numbers yet for the last episode. I should have done that before this, before we showed that video. Sorry, before we showed that show, which is fine. But yes, remember we do show it on the Thursdays, but it is held on the Sunday. So that's why we have to show it on different days and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll also schedule another event. So we will, which will be a pay-per-view event. Simply because now we have a pay-per-view provider, we might as well take advantage of that and make a bit extra money, hopefully. 45 in the bank there. I can't remember how much we sell it off that show with, but yeah. Jonathan Gresham relocates to British Columbia. It's about time you relocate it. You've worked for the company for a long time. So obviously that's waiting to be shown, but on the last episode we had 71,000 people watch, so that was pretty good. So yes, broadcasting, we have the deal with FlowSam now, so we're going to be using them. It's not as much, it is more exposure than YouTube. Well, no, it's the same amount of exposure, I should say, but yeah, we're going to get a wee bit of money for it, so that's pretty good. I'm happy enough with that. Broadcasting, and then we go into the broadcasters, and these are all the ones that we could potentially negotiate with. Now, I did try and get a TV deal with ESPN, but unfortunately they didn't really want to do the deal with to negotiate with us. We could next time I do want to go for a, just checking these here, Smart Video subscription. Next time I do want to go for a subscription service if we do extend our TV deal out. Just because you get a little bit extra money and from subscriptions, but yeah, I just would like to get a little bit of money for the subscriptions for the TV deal, but we would keep it as pay-per-view for the events, which I realise isn't really the most the best of decisions at times, because a lot of these TV, a lot of subscription deals are usually for events whenever you see companies do them, but I'd rather just do it for the TV deal and then do a what was I gonna say there? I can't remember. Oh yes, a pay-per-view deal for events, so we can get a bit extra money. So we'll go ahead and we can schedule in an event here, which will probably be this month. So what month is it that we're in? We are in March. When's our next event? Our next event would be June. We need to put in the Women's Cup actually. Add in an event, Generation Wrestling Women's Cup, and year which will be 2020, and it will be in on the Sunday of, yep, it's going to be an annual one, and it will be June. Save and exit that. Oh, okay. Week 4 of June. Save and exit. Close. Okay, so in June we also have Generation Wrestling Australia. That will be the second event of that. Provided we go through with it. I think we will go through with it again though. But we're going to go ahead and add in another event, which will be Change the World, Death to All, Global Warfare, Takeover, Hunting Season, Red Alert, Unfinished Business, Global Warfare. I'm just kind of seeing if we can get some type of inspiration from these different names. All Ends Well, We Wanna Rock, Killer Instinct, Terrorizing, No Law or Order, Passive Hustle. In fact, there was some Shining Glory, Ultimate Jeopardy, Severed Ties, Final Showdown, Our Time to Shine, You Wanna Start a War. In fact, there's some bad names here. Hard and Fast, We Wanna Rock, Saints of Pain, Just Another Night, Gauntlet, Violence Is the Answer, Heaven Can Wait, Youth Gone Wild, Overdrive. I like the name Overdrive. Let's go with Overdrive. I'm gonna keep that. So that will be Generation Wrestling Overdrive, and we'll go ahead and we can put in the year, which will be 2020. It'll be a 1.5 hour long show. Will be calendar. We're gonna have to go with the Monday, aren't we? Monday of week 4. Okay, save that event. So we'll go here into our pre-booking. Tyson Dukes will be taking on Colin Delaney in the TV show. Overdrive show then. We'll go ahead and the main event, well, I'm not sure, no, the main event will be the Generation title match, so we will have to book, we'll have to go ahead and choose a number 1 contender for that. But we will be putting the women's title on the line. Matsumoto is the number 1 contender, so I was going to do it on this week's show, but we'll go ahead and put that into the pay-per-view, and we'll use one of these two in the TV show then, and build up that match. We'll also go ahead here and we'll put in a triple threat match, and yep, and what we'll do is the winner of the triple threat match then can be the number 1 contender for the Vancouver Championship. So Joe Hendry can be in that match. Haven't used you in a while. Jonathan Gresham, yep. And we'll go ahead and put in, we need a heel now to go into that match. Scotty Mac for, you know, might as well stick, if we need a heel, put him in. So that's going to be a number 1 contenders match for the Vancouver Championship. I don't think that's spelled right, but whatever. Save that, and then we'll also put the title on the line that night as well, and I will choose who the #1 contender will be in our next TV show. So that will happen then. And size, let's look at a pop then. Well, importance first. 19 importance in British Columbia. I think that's just went up there, so that's good to see. We're doing well. We're doing well. Importance, pop. 10 in Australia. Good, good. 10 all over in America, apart from the Northwest. What's 12? 20 British Columbia, 10 Manitoba, 11 that place I can't pronounce, so we'll block this. 14 in Alberta, so all that looks good. We're going to go ahead and end it there. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.